What up, everybody? Vegas back in the house here. You know, in my job, I have to really admit, in the 17 years I've been with the MGM Grand International, it's a huge corporation. You know, I work in that big green building right there on the Las Vegas Strip. We'll work right there, been there for 17 years, opened up the fucking place. You know, so I'm just kind of doing my thing last night, and I come home, and I play a little Black Ops. I'm just getting down. And I noticed a lot of people were just fucking pissed off about this and that and the other. People fucking rage quitting, the host fucking leaving. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, I gotta think of somebody. And the idea just came to my fucking head. Who's the most pissed off man in America right now? Well, I couldn't think of any better man for the job than Charlie Sheen. Now, like I said, my time over there at the MGM Grand, I've had some pleasure meeting some celebrities, so I got online last night. Well, just to make a long story short, I got the fucking prick here on Skype, so I'm going to bust his balls a little bit, ask him a few questions. So we're going to get this thing started. Charlie, thanks for being here today. You know, I really appreciate you showing up here on the channel to take time out to do this little Q&A sessions with me. But I want to ask you something real quick here. You know, a lot of people say you've been sober lately. You haven't been doing anything. You claim to be sober. You know, you haven't had a drink lately or nothing like that now, have you?
Well, yeah, but there's only one time in the gym if you catch my drift, Alex.
Oh, great. You're nothing but predictable. Way to go, Nostril dumbass. So now you're admitting that you have been, right?
We're not live, are we?
As a matter of fact, we are, Charlie, but don't worry about it. But look, let's get on to other subjects here. You know, you've been quoted as saying you're a real good Black Ops player. You know, you're pretty hot on the sticks here. And, you know, I'm sure you get a lot of haters too, right?
They're all around you. So, scoreboard doesn't lie. Never has. Damn.
Hey, right about that, Charlie. You know, the scoreboard never does lie. I mean, I'm telling you, you know, there's just, you're absolutely right about that. But, you know, hey, speaking of scoring, dude, I heard when you came down here to Vegas, man, you went to that porn convention and got all fucking crazy and shit, you know. I mean, what the fuck was that all about?
An understatement. You know? Try to get your mind around this, which nobody, you know, understands anymore. I'm going to hang out with these two smoking hotties, bound by these terrestrial descriptions. You must use the best choice available, right? They're all around you. It was incredible. If you haven't done this, I urge you to make plans and do this tonight. You know, just strafing runs in my underwear before my first cup of coffee because I don't have time for these clowns. What I didn't count on was it basically turned into Star Tours.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Charlie. You know, I mean, you're, oh my god, it's Charlie Sheen, you know, and fucking douchebags go crazy and shit for you, and then they try to come around you and pull all their fucking douchebaggery, you know, like maybe slip something in your drink or something like that happens, you know. But even there was times when I went to the titty bar, you know, you get chicks that are like, oh, you gave me 3 dances and I got 5 from you, and I'm like, what are you trying to fucking scam me out of money here, you douchebag? You ain't getting that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we all have to sit in here and touch ourselves and frown.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like more, give me more. You know, and I bet you everybody always has a Contessa in the group, and what I mean by a Contessa is simply this. It's some fucking douchebag named Nastia who goes around saying, oh, I had VIPs with Charlie Sheen, and we'll take the best table, and drinks are free, and I want my VIP passes. You know, they always fucking do that. They're always fucking looking to mooch and get this and that, but I'm sure you being the big celebrity that you are, you know, you gotta put up with most of this shit most of the time. I'd say you have to put up with it, most of it, all the time. You know what I'm saying?
These turds, these little homunculus losers. You know, it might be lonely up here, but I sure like the view.
Well, Charlie, that's how it is at the top, being, you know, the star that you are and everything. Well, you know, I got a few other things. You know, let's just kind of get off topic here. Let me just ask you this other question. Did you ever beat the living fucking shit out of your wife? I mean, what the fuck is up with that? I heard you used to smack that bitch around like a fucking redheaded stepchild. Is that true?
Bull, S-H-I-T.
Yeah, that's right, Charlie. You're full of bullshit. And why? Because bullshit is right. Come on, you don't have to tell that lie, son. Come on, just tell me the truth. Did you smack the douchebag around or not?
Most of the time, and this is, you know, this includes naps. Anyway.
Alright, sounds like you're laying the smackdown on your wife there, huh? Or your ex-wife. You know, but, hey, look, at least you had the balls to fucking admit it, though, you know. But speaking of getting tattooed, you ain't got yourself a tattoo recently here. It was something from Apocalypse Now, some scene you saw in the movie. Why don't you go ahead and tell us all about that there, Charlie?
I was getting a tattoo during the death from above, and it's the banner from the death card that Kilgore is throwing on his victims. But there's also falling from it is the apple from the giving tree. There's my life. Deal with it.
Goddamn, Charlie, you sound a little fucked up. You all slurring your words and shit. You know, you just got done telling everybody you're all sober and shit. You know, what the fuck's going on? You feed me a fucking line here or what?
This is me not on drugs, bro.
I don't know. You sound like a stuttering, muttering prick to me, though. But I believe you, though. You know how it is.
All good. It's all good, guys. Quit panicking. Quit panicking. No panic, no judgment.
Okay, all right. Everybody's all cool and everything. Don't worry, Charlie. Nobody's panicking. We're just kind of concerned, you know. You have to go into this denial bullshit, but it's all right. All right, look. So much for that. Look. Let's just go into the basic concepts of this game here, because you know you said you played this game before here, but you know, what I want you to do is describe yourself as a player, like how you would play this game. You know exactly how you go about it.
I'm an F-18, bro. I will destroy you in the air, and I will deploy my ordnance to the ground. You might be nails, but I'm freaking bayonets. There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, Charlie, you sound like a real beast at the game, I gotta tell you. You know, but you know, I don't do too bad myself. You know, I'll probably post up like a 21-4 score, or at least try to get something going on here, you know. But if there's one thing I really like doing, is just getting them in that spawn trap, man. Especially when you're playing domination. You know, just get 2 flags capped, get them in a corner, and let it rip. You know what I mean?
That's where you get slaughtered.
Yeah, man, it's just really good when you get them in there, just slaughter the shit out of them like that. But there's one thing I really don't like is the campers. You don't camp or anything, do you?
Ain't hiding. Bring it. Bring me a challenge, somebody.
Yeah, I know that's kind of hard, few between here nowadays, you know. But usually what happens, though, Charlie, when I get down on my kill streaks, man, I either just let go of them immediately or just cut them loose later on. What do you do?
Yeah, no, I'm going to hang on to them, and they're going to fuel my attack. Winning, anyone?
Oh, yeah, I agree with you absolutely there. But you know what's really weird, though, is of lately, you know, some of these commentators are, like, kind of, like, lost their fucking minds of doing, like, all crazy shit and stuff, you know, like El Presidor and White Boy 7th Street and Fisticuffs.
No way, those guys?
Yeah, those fucking guys, man, I swear, they're, like, diving into shit, you know, like dolphin diving into snowmen. Fucking El Presidor's crashing into trees. He's even jumping in streams while it's fucking snowing. You know, and even one time he even got dragged through the snow, like on a snowmobile or something. That looked like fun. I got to give him props on that. That looked like he was having a complete blast. You know, but I don't know. It's just kind of crazy what's going on here lately.
An understatement.
Yeah, an understatement's definitely the truth there. But I got to tell you something, Charlie. It's really too bad about the show and everything you had to go through and all. I guess now they're just going to call it, instead of 2.5 man, they're going to call it 1 man and half a prick. But, you know, in the event, if you were to mend fences with these fucking guys or whatever, you know, what would, and if they were to ask you to come back and do the show again, what would your take be on it?
If they want me in it, it's a smash. If they don't, it's a turd that opens on a tugboat.
Oh, man, a tugboat. That's fucked up, dude. That is really fucked up.
I'm sorry, man. I got magic, and I got poetry at my fingertips.
So, what do you think about John Cryer, your co-star on the show?
He was a pussy.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. He was a little bit of a dweeb son of a bitch, wasn't he? But hey, the guy's been in the business a long time. You know, he's made some good movies and such. But then again, he does kind of like a pussy on the show. You know what I'm saying?
His unevolved mind cannot process.
Hey, let me ask you a real quick question here. You fucked up right now?
This is me not on drugs, bro.
Alright, hey, I was just checking, you know, because you know I'm going to bust your balls about it. You do know that, right?
Here's your first pee test. Next one goes in your mouth. No, you won't get high.
Alrighty then. Okay, Charlie, I understand that.
So tired of pretending like my life isn't perfect and bitching and just winning.
Okay, Charlie, we got the point.
As I said, the first one's free, the next one goes in your mouth.
Alright, you're really starting to creep me out with that shit, dude. You must be fucked up. But anyway, Charlie, I just want to say thanks for coming on by, having you up on Skype here and doing the interview here with me. But if you have anything else in closing, go ahead and take it away. So what do you got to say?
Why give an interview when you can leave a warning? I have a disease? Bullshit, I cured it with my brain, with my mind. Try to get your mind around this. I will love you violently. I will murder you violently. But I dare anyone to debate me on things. Because just, what's going on, and people are so, mystified by this odyssey that refuses to stop calling itself Charlie Sheen.
Okay, Charlie, you don't sound wrapped too fucking tight there, but, once again, I want to thank you for coming by and sharing your experiences with us and telling us everything else about your life. And I hope the best for you. I hope everything turns out the way you want it to. I always wish you the best in life, and you take care of yourself, all right?
Goodbye.